here you are going to learn about tense shifting. That means sometimes we have to combine present tense and past tense together when we are speaking. So here you are going to learn about that part. So let me read what is there for you. This slide presentation is designed to help students learn to recognize tense shifting so that they may use it correctly in their own writing. This slide presentation is divided into two parts. The first part is an introduction, which discusses the fundamentals of past tense, present tense, and tense shifting. So the second part consists of some practices exercises that students may use to apply the concepts they learn. Okay, now enjoy the things. Okay. Yes, now look at that. Readers usually expect a piece of writing to use tenses consistently from beginning to an end. Tense shifting occurs whenever the verb tense in a piece of writing changes between the past and the present. And as in the following example, sometimes when we are writing, we have to shift from past to present and from present to past. Here he has given the example. John played his guitar, which is 20 years old. Played is past tense and which is in present tense, right? So next one, John loves his guitar, present tense, which was stolen yesterday, past tense. So we are joining these two. In one sentence, we are using past and also present. Okay. Now, this shifting, what happens? Sometimes shifting is appropriate, other times it is not correct. Okay, it is not appropriate. Frequent or unnecessary shifts in tenses can distract readers and even confuse the meaning of a piece of writing, as in the following examples. So if you don't understand when to shift, then the reader is going to get confused, not able to understand what you want to tell the reader. Example, as soon as he wakes, John played his guitar. So confusing there. Now, John loved his guitar, which is stolen yesterday. Confusing. Okay, so this is not appropriate and that will leave the reader in a confused state. Now, as in the previous examples illustrated, it is very important for the readers to use tenses consistently and to make shifts only for clear reasons. Proper reason must be there for you when you are shifting from present to past or from past to present. To do this, writers must first understand the fundamentals of the past tense, the present tense, and tense shifting. These fundamentals are introduced in next few slides. Okay, the past tense. Writers use the past tense to denote the events that were completed in the past or make statements or generalizations that are tied to the past. So the actions that were completed, we are going to use in past tense. Now here he has given examples. Now, John played his guitar for his girlfriend last night. Played, past. Because John did not practice, he played poorly. Did, past tense, and played, did not practice. Okay, that is actually the verb. And played, past tense. And John failed, past tense. John decided to practice, past. All the verbs are used in past tense. Now, look at this. Writers use present tense to make statements of act or to make generalizations that are true now and will continue to be true unless something happens to change them. True today and they will continue to be true unless and until something happens to change the situation. John plays the guitar for his girlfriend every night. Happens every day. Okay. Because John does not practice, he plays poorly. Happens because he does not practice well. So the way he played will be really very poor. Now, John always fails to impress his girlfriend. Whenever he plays, John always decides to practice. So all the verbs whichever are there in red color are in present tense. Now, Once writers commit to a tense, they stick with it unless there is a reason for shift. So when you started writing in past tense, you have to continue writing in past tense unless there is a proper reason for shifting the tense. Okay, writers shift tenses when they need to describe both a completed action and a habitual action or a state of being. So when you can change, you can shift the tense only when you want to tell a completed action and also a habitual action or a state of being. Look at the examples, you can understand that in a better way. John played the guitar for his girlfriend who likes it. So played is past tense, already over, and girlfriend likes it, that is habitual action. And John loves his guitar, present tense, because that is habitual action, he loves it. And which was stolen yesterday, action completed, so that he is using in past tense. Now, so here review whatever we have learned, just giving that, and which will, to make you understand that in a better way, just let us review that. Use the past tense to describe events that were completed in the past, or to make statements or generalizations that are tied to the past. So when we are to use present tense, past tense is, he is giving you the reason there, were completed in the past, or make statements or generalizations that are tied to the past. Now they are not there, but at that time it was happening like that. In that way you can write. Now use present tense to make statements or facts, to make generalizations that are true even now also, and will continue to be true unless something happens to change the situation. Now when are we shifting? We use tense shifting to describe both a completed action and a habitual action or state of being. Otherwise, choose one tense to stick to it. So use only one tense if you are not going to shift that. If you want to combine past with the habitual or habitual with past, only then you think of shifting. Otherwise, stick on to only one tense. Okay, here are the exercises, children. Be ready with your papers to do the book, to do the work. Now, tense practices. This is very easy for you. Now that you have received some of the basics, it is time to practice and identify the past and present tenses in the sentences below. Click the buttons on the left to see the correct answer. This anyway, I'll be doing that. Now, you just see that and tell me whether the verb is in present tense or past tense. Write that in your paper so that you can see afterwards the answers. Okay, take a pass here and then complete the work, and then afterwards resume the one. Yes, first one is has is the verb in present tense, and then next one is prefers, which is in present tense. Next is present tense, and then embarrasses, present tense, and then broke, past tense, and then bought, past tense. Clear? Next. Now that you have practiced the past and present tense, it is time to practice identifying tense shifting in the sentences given below. Okay, now see there. John played his guitar, which has flowers on it. Identify the tenses there. Okay, and read all those sentences and make that, and then take a pass, complete that, and then afterwards move for the answers. So played is used in past tense there because the action is completed, and which has flowers, it's there even now also. It's present, habitual action. Okay. Now, second one, John played for his girlfriend, played, past tense, action completed. Prefers real flowers. Who prefers real flowers? That is present tense, that is habitual action. Now, guitars are John's fashion. Are is used because that is the state of being even now also, that passion is there. So he bought another one. So action completed, he bought. Okay. Now, John sings to his girlfriend. which is habitual action, which will happen very frequently. Who was embarrassed today? So action completed. Being embarrassed, action completed that day. So John often breaks strings. So present tense, because very frequently he will do that, habitual action. So he bought some extra strings. Today he went and bought some extra strings. Today he bought, so that action is completed. Next, John bought new strings today. Past tense, already went and bought. Even though he is poor, present state of being, okay, which is in present tense. Now, just checklist to read whether you understood that or not. In order to use tense shifting correctly in your own writing, observe the items on the following checklist. So remember these things when you are writing. Ask yourself if the statement or generalizations you want to make it limited to the past. Identify the verb in your sentence. Identify the tense of your verb. Ask yourself if the tense of your verb agrees with the statement of generalization you want to make. So is it generalization is needed there, or only past is needed? Are you comfortable with that? Or you need, that was habitual action or generalization, you have to convert that in present tense. So think about that and then ask all these questions to yourself and then start writing. Bye.